Alright, now we got 2022 Drill Albums of the Year. This was a category I loved a lot because I listened to a lot of albums, you feel me? I'm really into the albums. And I don't listen to an album just one time. I usually listen to it multiple times. That's just how I do albums, you feel me? One listen isn't going to get the full effect of the album. You gotta listen to it at least twice, you feel me, to give a good rating on it. I listen to these albums way more than once, and I have to show love to every borough. And that's why I fuck with it. I don't know why I'm messing with the volume. There ain't no volume on this. But let's get right into it. Top 10, like I always do. Can I do this? Okay. Rowdy Rebel. Man, this was a shocker. I listened to this album a couple times, and I was super shocked because, as y'all know, Bobby Shmurda Rowdy came out, and it was like the new sound of drill and New York music and New York hip hop. It changed a lot. Who can really adapt to it and make good music out of it and really catch on to what's going on? You feel me? Obviously they know what's going on because they was in jail. They got phones. They can do whatever. But it was like when they came out, are they gonna do drill or are they just gonna rap on these Chicago hip hop beats, the Chicago drill beats? But I think Rowdy adapted way better than Bobby did. Bobby hasn't done anything. I only think if Bobby did drop an album, I ain't listened to it. But this Rowdy project is super underrated. People don't talk about it a lot. It was a really good project for Rowdy. Moving on, we got number 9, Veli Vels. Veli Osama right here, you feel me? He went through a couple name changes because Didi Osama and shit took his name, so he didn't want to feel like he's copying him. He went back to Veli Vels, free him, gave him 20 years. But Killer Season, this was a super good project. It had all the types of music I liked. Not all the types of music, but the type of music I like. Veli makes super aggressive drill where he's gonna talk disrespectful, and he usually don't speak on a dads or anything like that, but he gonna talk his shit. And Veli music in general, I just fuck with, and this whole project just embodied what Veli's music is. You listen to one of his songs, you're like, You can listen to a couple other songs on these projects, and he has a lot of versatility. But this right here, his project as a whole, it was a very aggressive drill, and that's exactly what I love. You feel me? Gonna get the bars. And if you have listened to this is a good listen. Super underrated project. Number 8, 22Gs. 22Gs is a project. This is my favorite 22Gs project. I think this is probably like 3rd or 4th. But regardless of the fact, it's a lot better than a lot of drill albums that came out this year. And before we move on, I'm not done talking about 22, but something just came in my mind. I might have forgot a few. You feel me? This is just I just went through my playlist, went through the songs, and I just I have my notes throughout the year. I just make notes of drill albums that dropped, and I looked through my notes, did it like that, found my top 10, and then just arranged it from there. Like Veli and Tutu, I could probably go back and forth with all day. Oh, this should be 8, this should be 9, whatever the case may be. But this 22G's project, it wasn't really anything out of the ordinary. The one thing about Tutu, he just makes, again, drill music that I like. Same with Veli. It's just like, you know what you're gonna get with a 22G's project. The drill rap, he never changes it up. He doesn't need to change it up. He's gonna get 1 million views on damn near every music video he drops because the drill music is just, he's the pioneer of it. So he doesn't ever change it up. He doesn't need to change it up. And I fuck with Tutu every time he drops a project. I like all of his projects. Tutu is very consistent, and I think he's underrated for that. Number 7, yeah. I ain't the biggest PJ Gleason fan. I fuck with PJ's music a lot though. Don't get it twisted. And this right here got put a lot of people on. The deluxe and this were both super fire. I just think a lot of people, I ain't gonna say they overhyped it. I'm glad they found PJ Glizzy because, you feel me, before he's locked up, he wasn't really the biggest artist. After he got locked up, this album really put a lot of people onto his music, and a lot of these people have it top 3, top 5. Me personally, I just can't have it in there just because the other 6 projects are just better as a whole. But PJ's music, I love it a lot. Shout out PJ, free him. Number 6, Keem. Sugar Keem. These albums are super tough to, rank, because it's a whole bunch of singles just thrown onto a project. And it's like, I already heard the music, so I don't know how to really rank these. There's another album on here that y'all could probably guess that's going to be in one of my top albums. But Keem, this project, I don't know what happened this year because I really was the biggest fan of Keem. I'm not going to lie. Keem wasn't really my favorite rapper. But going into 2022, he just, I don't know what happened. He got out. When he initially got out the start of the year, he just started dropping a lot of good ass singles, and I went back to listen to him, and I was like, man, I was tweaking on this. I only listened to it like once or twice. I'm talking about the songs that he dropped in 2021, the end of 2021. I was like, man, I slept on this, so I went back and listened to a lot of his old stuff, and because he was locked up, there wasn't much music out. But man, he is like the Sexy I Know It song, and damn near every song on his YouTube page got over 1 million views. That's super rough to do, super tough to do from a drill artist perspective, and especially when a year ago people were clowning him. That's crazy, bro. Like, he was in the Nazi BK of trash drill rappers. And I don't think Nazi BK is trash, but that's what people associate him with. Sugar Keem and Nazi BK, they were the laughing stocks of drill for a while. Finally seeing Keem get the recognition he deserves. And this project, it's got a whole lot of singles, but all the singles on there I like a lot. Number 5, top 5 albums, we got Maury Briscoe. You feel me? I know a lot of y'all tweaking on me. Hey, how can Maury be top 5? This project, man, this is the deluxe. I think this is the deluxe cover. But regardless of the fact, he dropped the main album and then deluxe. I listen to both. I think I'm listening to deluxe. I know my rule is like listen to it twice. I think I listened to the deluxe once, but the main album was so fire. I remember there was a couple tracks that like he did something completely different, like turned it all the way around. But man, again, that's why I love doing these type of rankings, because I show love to everybody. But this Maury album, if you haven't got a chance to listen to it, I love Maury's drill music just in general. You feel me? Just like 22G's. I just love his music. Everything he drops, I'm fucking with. So you feel me? When you put all that on a 15 to 20 album playlist, it's just automatic. So yeah, Maury. And we got number 4, back to back BK. We got Siggy Black, Flows and Mood Swings. When I reacted to this, I told y'all it was fire. There was the deluxe that came out. It's the same thing as the original. Not same thing like as a bad thing, but same thing as it's how fire it is. I'm fucking with this shit. Siggy, again, he just like, there's these BK drill rappers that have just been consistent from 2018, 2019, 2020, and just done their thing until now. Siggy's one of them. Just like the other ones I had on these rankings, Siggy's one of them. Every time he drops, I'm fucking with it. Unless he's like singing, I ain't the biggest fan of the singing drill, but you feel me? He did a couple of them on this album, and I wasn't mad at. But yeah, man, Siggy just makes great drill music, super underrated. I don't know how he hasn't been signed yet. His flows, his cadence, like I remember when he was on some Batman shit like years ago, when he came out, and now it's like he completely switched that up, and his music is so enjoyable. Shout out Siggy. Number 3, a lot of people gonna get mad at this one. Shy K, Face of the What. I don't know how Shy K continues to do it. He just, man, this was just another project. Yeah, it's a lot of singles on there, but I think there was a good amount of new songs. Ain't Dropping a Minute. Ain't Dropping a Minute is one of my favorite songs. I ain't gonna say of the year, but like one of my favorite songs was Shy K, probably like top 10. And Shy K dropped like what 30, 40 songs this year, so, or last year, so it's super hard to rank them. But he Ain't Dropping a Minute so tough, and a lot of new stuff he dropped on this project. Again, I wasn't when I was going into the album, I wasn't expecting anything different. I wasn't expecting him to try to experiment like he did on this new album that he did. I wasn't expecting none of that. I was expecting straight drill, and that's exactly what it came with. I'm not mad at it. I love the album. Again, the singles that already dropped, I was a fan of, so I can't be mad at it that he put them on the album. But he gave us a lot of new tracks. I think he had like 20 tracks on this. That's super hard to do for a drill rapper. I don't know how many other of these. Rowdy might have had 20, but Veli, I think his had 12. Tutu, my dad maybe 15. Maybe I'm pushing it. PJ, he dropped a deluxe too, so you feel me? He probably got more than 20. But yeah, not many people. Sugar Keem, he definitely didn't have 20 on his. But to drop 20 tracks is super tough. And shout out Shy K for doing that. Oh. Yeah, I was pretty much done anyway. So moving on to number 2. Like I said with Sugar Keem, it's just a compilation. But he had like PSA Part 2 on there and a couple other leaked songs. This is just a leaked project for real. And I'm looking at this now. This is the deluxe. So I was just listening to the deluxe the whole time. I thought this was the actual album. I know it was deluxe, but regardless of the fact, it was just a whole bunch of leaked songs. And I already fuck with Lee Drilly. Lee Drilly's probably my top 3 BX drill rapper of all time. And yeah, Lee Drilly just delivered on this. He didn't drop any new songs. I don't think that was on the project that I didn't already listen to. But regardless of the fact, I can just throw this album on shuffle and listen to it all day. Lee Drilly just makes that type of music. that I fuck with. You feel me? The aggressive style, the aggressive drill. That's just me. And number one, if you know me, you already know what's gonna be here. Ain't no shocker. Mr. Ready to Blitz by Kenzo Bola. This was this. He just dropped the deluxe, so the deluxe. This is including the deluxe, obviously. But man, he dropped I think 5 or 6 tracks on the normal one, and I was fucking with all that, bro. I think I like the whole album, like front to back. I can listen to every track again, just like Lee Drill. I could throw this on shuffle and play it all. And the only difference, because okay, Lee Drill does have like the So Into Yous and like the ones where he's like on some different shit, like on some what's it called, I ain't gonna say melodic drill because he wasn't really melodic, but he's on some like love drill. I guess that's what it's called. You feel me? He's more like emotional and shit, talking about females and shit. But Kenzo Bola, he's able to do that by dropping Lose Control Part 2. His ability to switch it up and not just do drill is just blows my mind. I don't understand how he's not way bigger than he is. He's super underrated to me. I don't understand how people just keep on sleeping on him. I guess he just doesn't have that TikTok song that everybody wants. Like every drop that blows up and just ends up just having a TikTok song that blows up. I guess Kenzo Bola doesn't have that, so once he gets that, he's gonna have the complete package because once he gets that, everybody else is gonna follow up by listening to his old tracks, and they're gonna really realize how much they've been sleeping on him. Us as drill fans, we know Kenzo Bola's impact and his potential. I think he's gonna be one of them guys in 5 years down the line. He's still gonna be on top, and I think like his versatility is the reason he's in the number one spot. Fire album cover, by the way. You feel me? Got the Bartiers, Kenzo Bola, Maybach symbol. Like I don't know, bro. I just fuck the album and everything in general, bro. This is fire. This is my list again. If I miss something, that's on me. Feel me? One Man Army. This is just my top 10. If I missed anybody, let me know who I missed. Don't be mad if it's 1 and 2. You arguing over one spot. And we just here to have fun. It ain't that serious.